I'm really sorry about that. We were just suffering from a little bit of technical difficulties there. So we're back and ready to go. Again, sorry about that. We're back live, guys. Yes. My apologies. Just want to get this going for you guys. Yes. Okay. So jump back in, guys. We're here again. Sorry for the breaking transmission, but we're ready, and it should not happen again. Okay, you know these technical things happen sometimes. Right. So we got to this point, and we're gonna add this just right over here. Want to make sure we're doing this right. So this should go down here. Oh, this is the opposite end, right? So this goes right in there, like that. And just push this back. And I'm believing that we do the same thing on the opposite side. So we need one of these. One of those. And we already got that piece. So we're just needing one more. This right here again. And we're going to repeat the same thing on this end, which is place this here. That goes on the top. And this goes up. I placed it in the wrong things. Okay. So everyone's waiting for this figure to show up. And it comes out on the 1st of July. And as far as I know, it's a must-have in your collection. Okay, that goes right in there like that. Fits perfectly. This particular one is a much, much more complex and bigger build. So we need two of these now. Two of these sort of like wagon wheels. I call them film holders. If you look at a movie and those old films, they have that. Okay, it looks just like it. What do you guys think? Let me know. I think it looks very much like that. Let me know if you guys think so also. Right, so let's move on. Once you have completed that, we need to place a black band on it, on either side. So, right here, this is supposed to be able to move up and down like that. And want to take this and place these just on the outside like that, both sides. And this is supposed to open up like that. And place the band right over here. And that also goes right there like that. Similar on the other side. Just hook it on here and take it and place it. This is such a historic build. The bands, when they pop, they're hard to find. So you have to replace them. And what I've been doing is basically replacing them with these, because they're similar to those things that people use in their hair. So it's hard to find them, so you just replace them with these. And that's what I've been doing, because the bands are pretty hard to find. If they have a pop or anything like that, that's what I do. So if you're struggling that way, I'd say go that way. Okay, so we're here, and we're gonna add a couple more pieces on this now. So we're looking for one of these, and I'm thinking we'll need it again, so I'll try to get two out. When I go to my garage and search for something that I'm missing, I usually try to get two, because if you don't, then you have an issue there. So we need that, and then we need one of these tube-like things that goes all the way down there like that. I've seen these similar pieces came on the one of the BOBAbrickz ships. If you built it, you probably have seen this before. So now we need one of these. They come in two types. You got that one, and you got this one also. But this is the one you need. It's much straighter. All right. Once you get that one there, you need one of these. Where are you? Sort of look like General Grievous's feet, right? It definitely looked like General Grievous's feet. I'll bring him over, and you'll see it looks. The color also looks like him, but it sort of looked like General Grievous's feet. But his is in black. General Grievous is in black. So if you guys can see that there. Right here, it looks much like that. Pretty much like that piece in the back. So it looks like General Grievous's feet. Anyway, I'll just put him here. Yeah, so let's go on with that. Once you have that piece, we're gonna take this, and this goes right here in the center, and you get one of the short ones, and that goes right through there like so. Again, I want to make sure we're using the right ones, because if we don't, it will be an issue later on. So it's not, this one is actually the small one. So we need to change that up. And get one of the short ones and place that right through, because it will fit flush. There you go, that fit right flush there. Again, we want to complete this build today so you guys can have a look at it and continue with the builds that we were doing before. Right, once we've done that, we need one of these and 4 of these. So this stays on the side for the moment. We need 4 of those and 4 of these. Again, this is built with all Technic locks, or beams if you want to call them that. Right, and we'll put the leg to the side, or the foot, and we'll start adding these in. So, to get them flat, I put them just like that, instead of trying to do them by hand, because this way when you do that, you know they're flat. This is going to go like that. And one more there. Once you've completed that, turn this around. And place that there. And finish it up by going right through like so. And you place the final one right there. Again, guys, I apologize for that technical difficulty we had before, but we're back. That's 3. And they said 4, so that piece, the piece is to connect this to the back. So this is going to go back here and through there. It's a little tricky, but we will get it in as soon as I can get it lined up correctly. There you go, it's lined up correctly. Oops. It's lined up correctly, but it needs to be standing up. So I just need to get that out and replace it. It's a little tricky to get out. That. There you go, that's better. So it's supposed to be standing like that. If you guys can see that clearly, let me know. Right, so drop me a line, guys. Let me know what you're building anyway. All right. Again, nice to have you on. Right. We're doing our Saturday build. So we need a couple more pieces now. Again, one more of those small type. Another one of the 4 pieces we just added to this. And one of these little tube-like things. And just one more piece and we will start moving. Not this. Something like that. It looks similar. It has both ends. It looks like almost like a handle. Right. Okay, so let's add these in. This is going to go to the top right here. Not sure what it's connecting yet. And this one is going to go right there. And that tube-like thing is going to go here. So drop me a line, guy. Let me know what you're doing today. What's the great build you're building? If you're building anything. We need 2 more of these, which is going to go right here like that. And this is going to hold this in place. Right here. Like that. Again, I want to make sure I get it in the correct slots because one missing this one and you have to go all the way back and change a lot of stuff, which we don't want to have to do at all. So this goes here. Again, guys, drop me a line and let me know if you're seeing it clearly enough. Right, that definitely looks like a leg there now, right? It definitely looks like a leg. So let's move on and see where it takes us. So we need 2 more of these and 1 more of those little things. This one goes right at the top. And this goes here. One on either end, like so. I thought it'd be locking something, but I believe it's gonna be for a band because those things look like a setup for a band. Anyway, need one of these, and that's gonna go right there. And another one of those small Technic blocks goes right into the slot right here, like that. Once you get that there, we need two more of those gray things that we spoke about. They look like a spool. If you have a fish or spool, I hope I'm saying it right. That goes there, and I figured it'd be asking for a band, which it does. When I first, when the bands started popping, I figured I would do, because I see like plumbers have a thing that they use for sealing stuff, and I was thinking, hey, I could probably use that. Let's try one of these bands. See, it worked perfect. And it's much more, because the other bands, they're sort of loose now because they're that old. But this is much more stable. Yeah, so I think I'll stick with that for now until I get the black bands in. Okay, let's move on. So after we've built that, we're going to take this part that looks like a sort of an engine, and we're going to add that here onto the top, right there. You can already see that coming together, guys, right? I would hope they'd build the other end right now. That'd be really good, so we can have a look at it and see what, oops, did I put that the right way? Nope. There you go again, guys. Just that could have been a nightmare. So it needs to be this way. $12.12, hello, how you doing, man? What's up? What's going on? Big shout out to Lego 1212. What's up, man? Shahabib, what's up? You cool? Hope I pronounced that right. Big shout out to you. First on the scene because we had a little snafu before. Good to see you on there. Well, first on the scene to say something. Right, so if you just jumped in, we're building the a figure that's similar color to General Grievous. Very much similar to General Grievous right here. And I'm just looking at him here, and something is not correct because this arm is not staying stable. I don't know why. It's not staying as tight as it should, but that's fine. I may need to add some stuff. So similar color to General Grievous right here. Wish I can keep him in the frame. I can probably keep him in the frame over here. Don't know if you guys can see that there. I can move my mascot just slightly over here. Yep. And I can bring General Grievous right here. But again, I'm not building General Grievous. I am building the B1 droid. Okay? So I'll just move that out of the way. It's sort of distracting even to me. I'll put it on the side. Right. Okay, let's continue to build, guys. Okay, I'll see you shortly. I'll see you shortly. Be well. Okay? Thanks for jumping in. Be well. Go take care of that. That's important. Okay, right. So we need one of these again. And again, I'm hoping that they let us build both ends. right? So we need another one of those. I want to make sure it's the right length. And those tube-like things again. Just going to go right down there like that. And one of those, which I said I do get 2 out, and I didn't this time, but here we go. Yeah, here's the other, and that goes like that. The last time I built it, it didn't want to stand up, and I think some of the issues with the bands, again, we need one of these, so we'll just move this over for a second, and we'll complete this and then move on, right? One of these. But first, let's put this together and don't jump the gun, because that happened before and it was tragic. So this goes right through, so I can line it up. Okay, that goes right through. And we'll build that piece that we did before. So I think it was 4 of them, right guys? If you remember, 4 of those. And 1 of those small pieces. So let's put this together so doesn't want to stay in. And add another one here. So again, guys, drop me a line. Let me know what you're building, if you're building anything at all. I always love to hear what folks are building. As you know, I've said I'll be building trilogies all the year long. But in between, we will throw in different things. Like, as we know, that B1 droid, everyone's waiting for it. So throwing that in. Because it's it's an iconic piece, actually. Iconic piece, one of the first sets to come out, early 2000s, as you guys know. Okay, so we want to take this and do the same thing we did before, which is add that over here. And on the top. And repeat that same thing we did before right here. Again, I want to make sure we're doing it correctly. There. This is going to go right there like that. And we're going to place one right down the center. Like so. So that's 3 of them in there. And this is locked up and ready to go. Lock and load. We're going to add this here. Like we did on the last one. This time, hopefully, we have better luck in lining it up. There you go. That's better. It's much better than the last one. Again, guys, thanks for everyone jumping in. Please hit the like button so we can bring the channel up. And if you wish, you can become a super fan, get shout out, get personal chats, and be the first to see the videos and live chats. All you have to do is go into Superfans and check that out, guys. As you know, if you don't know, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Heard that somewhere. Hey, I didn't make it up. So it's out there somewhere. Okay, so we need one of these again. 2 of those. 2 of these. I will just bend this here so you guys can see it much better, so you recognize that it is Boba. Big controversy on my channel about Boba. You guys need to check it out, and you guys tell me what you think. Leave me your opinion and tell me what you think, if it's Boba or if it's not. Right? There's a big controversy going on right now. Okay, guys, check that out. You need to be part of that discussion. Okay, so let's take this and put this together now. This little one goes here. I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly again because of the other side. And we need 2 of these and 1 more of those. 1 more of these. Okay. Same repeated setup like we did before. And this is gonna go, let's get that closer, like that. Once we lock that in place, and get ourselves one of these. Remember that handle type thing I spoke about before? Just find that. Here we go. It's right here. That goes, but before we go on with that, we need one of these again. This goes right through the top, like that. And this one goes right here. There you go, that snapped in really good. Okay. I want to make sure all those are lined up correctly. Oops, it's coming off. That's a tricky piece right there. I have to make sure that it's lined up correctly. And we need to find another to top it off so it stays in place. There you go. I want to make sure it's lined up like the last one. Yes. So once we have completed that, we'll rest that there for a second and get ourselves 2 of these and 1 more of those small pieces and that big piece we had before. It looks like a femur bone, right? Look at me going back to school on that one. Right, yeah, so this goes just right here. Biology 101. There you go. All right, this goes right here. And on that, we need to add these 2 just right here. How the body works with Mr. Randolph. Or Randall, I can't remember his name. Right, so on the top, we need another one of those. Just goes right here. After I put this piece in, guys, and we add it to that already built earlier piece, you can really start seeing it. Right, so this, we'll need 2 more of those. So we'll go right here. Flipsy Plane, what's up? Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm, you know it. You know it right away. Yeah, absolutely. So after we finish that, we want to add one of these here. Just snap that in like that. And I'm believing, I'm not sure, we'll find out. Only needs 1. There can only be 1. Right, so this is gonna go on there. Big shout out to you, Footsie Playing. What's up, man? Great to see you on. That is gonna go right here. So now you can see it there, guys. The last time I built it couldn't stand like that, again, because the bands were very loose. This is why I went and I did what I did, like I said. You can start seeing it coming together there right now. Don't know when we start putting the other pieces on, not like General Grievous over here, because General Grievous has a lot of things to balance his legs, which they should have put on this. If you notice, General Grievous has all those extra pieces here, his toes, which can make him stand up. It's really balanced. So anyway, but it's exactly basically the same color as General Grievous. Please hit the like button, guys, so we can bring the channel up. We will move this over here for a second, just out of the way, and we will start building another part of this fantastic build. So now we're looking at the really long pieces, 2 of them to be exact. As soon as I can locate it. Stream is supposed to be at 8. Can't really see the number on this one. But how I can figure it is there's only one of them. As I said before, there can only be one. There's only one of them, so I am figuring that that's it. And if not, I will find me one in my bag of tricks. As you guys know, I have a bag of tricks. I call it a bag of tricks because I have extra pieces there. And if there's ever an issue, I just jump into that and everything's okay. Okay, so let's add this on. Let's see if it's these. We'll find out as we go along. This goes down the middle like that. Balance it. We want it down the center. And then we're looking for gray, light gray on this one. Let's bring it down a little lower. And that goes right there. And similar on the other side. We will find out if it is the right length. If it isn't, like I said, bag of tricks, pull it out, and we'll work from there. So we need 2 more of those in tan, sand, 2, and so far seems not to be working, because if I put this one in, let's see how much extension there is. It does look like it. Let's bring that down a little lower. Gotta make sure that's balanced, and put another one on the other end. Push down a bit. Yeah, it does look like it. Well, again, we will find out later. We sure will. Right, so let's move on and get ourselves a 6. That was an 8, so we need a 6. So the 6 should be right here like that. That's a 6. And a 3, which should be this one, because this should be a 4. And then the next one should be a 5. Right? And again, we'll find out in a minute. Right, so we need one of these in gray. If you also go into my shorts, you see I use these, and I built a piece of machinery so you can turn your build. We need one of those, and then there's a smaller size, which is right here. We need one of these. Okay, and this one here, need one of those also. And we want to put these together. So here, this goes through there, Small one goes to the top. Like that. Sits right there like that. Actually, it wasn't that we needed. There's another really small star-like. Should be right here someplace. It's not this. It's actually a star. Looks like a, oh, there it is. So this, just one of those, goes down to the bottom here. Just press that all the way down. I've seen that particular piece before in the 7662, that particular piece right here. So once we've completed that, back here, we're gonna add that short one that it asked for before, right here like that. Sort of center it right there like that. And we're gonna add this piece over here. Try to get that right. There you go, like that. Once that's completed, we will get similar and place it the opposite way. Like that. Okay. In here, we want to add one of these Technic tubes. I built a build not too long ago, and it basically needed 66 of those, man. That was incredible. The amount of those two, if I can find one right here, these tube-like things. I thought other builds that needed a lot more, but this was incredible, the amount of those that it needed. So now, we need two of these. Two of those, and two of the longer tubes. So the one we used before was a little shorter. This one, we need two of these. Just a little longer than your regular tubes, right? And we're gonna take that and place it this way on the top, and this goes right here like that. Locks in there. This goes, again, I want to make sure we do this correctly, guys. Can't mess up on this. This goes right over here. Like this. And again, this particular piece, I always drop this in the chat that I'm looking at extra pieces, because we had a lot of pieces there which was holding that in place. I think two of them would be sufficient, but again, that's just me. Okay, so we got that in place. This goes to the side for a second, and we're looking for a couple other pieces now. Let's put them together. So you need one of those, one of the smaller size, a 2, a 8, another one of these, and one of those. Again, these pieces came on one of the ships, one of the Boba Fett ships. Right, so let's put this together. Needed 2 of those, right? 2. One on either end like that. That goes, again, I want to make sure this is correct, guys. Don't want to mess up. Right, that goes this way, and locks in there real tight like that. And we're gonna build this. So this goes through. Small one goes on the top. And the long one goes at the bottom. And lock them in. Right there like that. This then goes through here. That locks in place and it turns it right there. Looks really good, actually. So that turns there. Right. Again, guys, great to have you on. Let's continue with the build. So this just goes and sits over here for a second, and we're gonna add another piece to the build now. So one of these, a 4, which should be this one or that one, and one of those small ones. So if I get all of these over here, all the different lengths, all right, there, there, that one, and that one. See, that one's just a little longer. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Okay, now let's put that together. So this, one of these goes here. This one goes through the middle like that. Right there like so. Again, we will find out if it is. Now, we need 2 of these. Just goes right here, 1 and 2. And we're gonna add similar piece to the top. If I can just find, because these colors, they just blend in. There we go. Right, so that just locks in there. Just like that, real cool. Just pushing it to make sure it's correct. Okay, looks correct to me. Right size, right length. We want to add another one of those small ones. And 2 of these, I'm guessing it's for bands. And it goes in the number 3 slot here. And place that on the top. One on the other side. Yep, like that. So looking so good so far. Now, we need another one of those. Just this. And one of the small ones. This is going to go right through it. And to the bottom. We'll place a similar one on the opposite side. So it looks something like that, and it moves like this. Right? We need to move this over to the side. It's a lot of building on this. Like I said, it's a lot of pieces. I think compared to the other one, I don't know what the number count is. So we need one of these again, and 4 of those little connectors. Now we need one of these again. Oh, we already got that. One of the long ones should be this, number 6. Can't see the number there, but it's there. And 3 of these, the smallest of the lot. Right, so we take this, add one of the small ones in the top, which we're sure of, because it has a marking in it, so you can't miss it. This goes down here, like that. One of these in that slot and place it right next to it. Lock it off. I think these will have bands on them. Lock it off like that. That goes like this. Again, I want to make sure we do it correctly. And stays right here. 4 and 4, yeah. And you place this right through there like so. So it makes sort of a movable thing right there like that. Okay, let's see what comes next. Okay, so hold that in place. Put 2 of these on the ends. It doesn't want to get in there. Just make sure this is correct. Looks a little longer. I will try using the shorter one because I believe that one's too long. Okay, and repeat the same thing on the other side. Yep. One of the not flaws, but one of the tricky things when you do it this way is having to sometimes figure out which length it is and whatever. When you have the bag, you can just go, oh, that's the bag, and you just work from there, as you guys know. Okay, so we're here. Let's move on. Starting to come together now. So we'll put this to the side again and get ourselves another one of these. One of those. Number 4. One of these again. And one of those. Lock this in here. Place this right there. Oops. Almost ran away. Place this here. This in turn goes there. And goes straight through. Now, this goes through here. Like that. And we want to repeat that on the other side. So this goes here. And repeat. So I did put the right size there, which is great. This is a very strange thing they use, how they use this. Never paid attention to that before, but it looks really good. Really tidies it off and looks like a bone. The guy who created that, he was really thinking. He was on the money. Okay. So again, drop me a like, guys. Let me know what's going on with you. Let me know what you're building, if you're building anything. So again, we put this to the side, and there's more to come. 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these. And 2 of, where are you? Let's start. get rid of some of these because I wouldn't be needing them anymore. Where are you? Where are you? It's here somewhere hidden. Come on, show yourself. Gotta move some of these over because they look so much alike. Sort of like just putting them in place so it's easier to reach. So you guys know I do that while we're working sometimes. Just makes for easier build as we go along. Can spot things easier. These are some funky pieces right here. That way I can pick them out really easily. Yep. Looks much better this way. Yep. Yep. That's much better. Get some of these handle type things all together also. And get all of these together. I'll move them over here. Just makes the work easier for me. Here's the thing right away. As soon as you clear up a little bit, you can see what you're doing, and it just makes life much easier. As a builder, you guys know that does help sort of shift things around a little bit. Makes your building much easier, as I said. Right, so what do we have here? 4 of those. Let's find, we got the 4, got the 1. We got, just saw one of them. Is this it? Yeah. 2 of these. Okay. Got that, and now we need 8 of those black ones. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. Okay. And what are we looking for now? So, right. So this goes right through here. And 2 of those down at the bottom. Like that. This then goes here. And you place 2 more through here like that, which locks it in place. 1 down at the bottom. Okay. There we go. One of these goes here. And there. Like that. This goes through here. And we are placing one of those there. Here we want to add this. It's right there like that. And that goes there like so. Other one goes on the opposite end. Lock it in place. And one of those bowl type things go there. Actually, it's not a bowl, it's another. It's different. This goes right down at the bottom. Okay, seem to be getting someplace now. So this comes over. And this attaches itself right there. And you place that black one right through. Let's get that lined up there. That was kind of complex. Trino, what's up? Trino 11, what's going on? Good to see you on there, man. Thanks for jumping on with us. We're building the B1 droid. Good to see you on there. Everybody's waiting for this because it's a big part of everybody's collection. You know, they have the UCS style build. So here, we're looking for 2 of these. Big shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming on the channel. And now we're looking for 2 odd shaped black things like this. Very odd shape. And this is stuck in there. I need to pull, actually, here's one without it, so I can use that. Right, so, want to place this right in here, like that. And we need 2 of these elbows. And 1 more of those black type tube things. I see it here. Here it is. That goes here. And that goes right at the end. Thinking we need 1 for the other side too, guys? What do you think? Nope. Incorrect way. So I think 1 of these on either side. Yep. That. This goes here. And the same thing on the other side. Starting to really come together now. I can really see it. I know this is their head because I could see the back of the B1 droid right there hanging out. All right, okay, so we're gonna put all of this together, but first we need 2 more things. 2 of these little, where are they? They dark or light. Here's 1. And we just need to find ourselves 1 more. Here we go. These are darker and they're longer too. It's different. Yeah. So we need 2 of those. I just saw 1. Here it is. Yep, 2 of these. And we're going to place some tubes right there. We're going to place some tubes on this. Yellow tubes. I grabbed the incorrect ones. That goes right in here like that. Same thing on the other side. This goes right here. And the other side, and those go right in here. Yep. For its time, this was a complex build, right, guys? For its time, it's you know, you can actually see it coming together. So it was a complex build. It was a technical build. So we're going to add all of this here onto this. Okay? And we want to make sure and put everything in place. So, says there and there. Looks like we got it in place, guys. Can you see that movement there? Okay, so all of that's in place. Oh, it's asking us for one of those, which is going to snap right on like it did on the other side. Just want to make sure, again, it's the right length of, spoke about that. If it's not the right length, it's not gonna work properly, is it? All right, so that goes right in there. Looks correct so far, and I'm sure needs another one. But I don't want to jump the gun, do I? Yep, does need another. And that one is going to go the opposite way. Just like so. You can literally see it there. And that shows when their head falls forward, right? Okay, so that's coming together real nice, guys. So we'll move this over again. And we need one of those, one of these, which I separated earlier, which makes life much simpler. Simpler life. One of those long ones again, and a black one here. Okay. Now this goes just bear with me, guys. Bear with me 1 second. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm just going into my bag of tricks here real quick. Just for a quick sec, I'm just checking something out. All right, guys. Just bear with me there for a second. And just give me 1 quick second, guys. Everyone, thanks for coming on. Just hold on there for me. Be right with you. Yeah. So let me know what you guys think about the build, guys. It's coming along really good, I believe. Drop me a line. Hey, Butters, good to see you on there, man. How you doing? Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so we're building, Butters, we're building the B1 droid that everyone's waiting for. Let's continue with the build, guys. So this goes here. Lock this in place down here. Where is it? Just find this, and then we'll move on, guys. So give me 1 second. This goes right here, like that. And this goes through here like that. We add this to this side of this ship, right again, got to make sure this is correct, because if it isn't, we can mess up the whole build. This goes here, and that goes supposedly connect, yep, like that. Yep, perfect. Snaps right in there like that. Had me concerned there for a second. I think this still needs a lot of bands though, but we'll find out later on. Oh yeah, I can see it now. So there are bands that go right on here. Let's move this forward a bit. It's one. And that snaps on there. I think these are smaller. And two. Don't want to pop it. If I pop it, then it would be trouble to replace it. There you go. So I need a small one. This one's a little loose. See if this works. Like I said earlier, I had to replace them because they were too small. Sorry, too loose. Being used so many times over and over, and they're not. They don't have that elasticity anymore. So yeah, and there it is again. Doesn't have the same elasticity. That one is not working the way it should. They're very, and I don't want to double it up, so we can use that one for now anyway. Right, so let's move on and add another piece similar to that one. Here, grab this, place this there, and we're going to add this right here. Again, that was an additional piece. I don't think it was required. Okay, you can totally see it there now. It's bouncing back and forth. Just wanted the bands to stay much more consistent. And I don't want to pop it. There you go. It's very loose. Very, very loose. Yeah, there you go. All right. So let's move on. Out here, we're gonna add in here. We need a couple of pieces. One of these, 4 of those. It's a lot. 3, 4. We got 4 here. One of those. One of these tube-like. One of these tubes. Got that. 2 of these smaller ones here, and 1 of these. Okay, let's put this together. So this goes there, I'm sure. Yep. And we add this over here and one on the top. Looks similar length now. But they do want you to add one of these on the opposite end. So we'll do so. Okay, does look similar length. Right, at the end, you're gonna add 2 of these. One and 2. Yep. Thanks, man. Yeah, it sure does. So, we're going to take this and add this here. Okay, this is where we had a little tricky situation the last time. So, we got to get it correct. And it's already doing what it did the last time again. Okay, this goes in here, and we're gonna place those black things in here. Like that. Have to line it up correctly. 1 second. There you go. That one is in. Once that one is in, the other one should be much easier to go in. There you go. As opposed to the last, it's standing. It's standing. Could literally see it now, guys. It's so tall, it's getting out of the frame. So we need to put it down and add all those pieces to it, right? So another one goes here. And same thing on the other side. There you go. Yes, guys, it's starting to look really good. Extremely good now. So guys, if you're gonna be thinking about getting this set at all, let me know. Josh Rainbow, what's up, man? Good to have you on. What's going on with you, man? As you see, we're building the B1 droid that everyone's waiting for. Sorry, I said Josh Rainbow. I apologize. Josh Rat Who, what's up, man? Grogu, what's going on? Are you good? Good to have you on there, man. Yeah, so as you can see, that droid that we're building right now, if you're thinking of getting it in your collection, Josh, it'll be a good part of your collection, I think. Again, guys, if you hit the cash button right there, you can drop and become a super fan, receive free stuff. All right, don't forget to do that. Help the channel grow so we can bring you more content like this. Right, as I said, as you can see, the colors are very much similar. Right, colors are very much similar. Just that General Grievous is his plates, and this is more Technic block. But obviously under Grievous's is a lot of Technic blocks under there also. Technic beams. So we got to that point, and we want to add some more to it now. So if we move this off just a bit to the side and get ourselves one of those, one of these, and another one of those extended tubes, which is right here. We'll place that right through here. Get ourselves another one of these and place this like that. Okay, two of the short ones goes here. And one of the longer ones goes on the top. And two of the short ones in the back, yes. And we place this right here. Okay. Thinking this is too long. We'll find out. Yep. Let's find out. It's number 3. And we need one of those, which is going to go this way. Thinking we're building the arms now, I believe. Again, just hit the like button while you're on there, guys. Bring the channel up. So we're locked in here. And we're going to add one of those, another one of the small ones. Move these over. And another one of these. Also grab one of those. So this goes down here. It's too long. There. This goes right on the top. And this one goes on the opposite side like that. This goes right through here. And we move on with another one of these, which goes that way. Oops. Like, just doesn't want to go in there, does it? Oh no, okay. I am trying to put it into the wrong slot. Thought that was strange because the angle that it's showing, yeah, this is more like it. It just couldn't work. All right, okay, so that's there. We're gonna move on and add another one of these to lock this in place. And one of those to lock that in place. I'm guessing it's for the bands again. And one of these with the balls in the end. Where are you? Saw a million of you a second ago. Right. And this one goes right here on the outside. We're going to add some pieces to this now. One of these T-type shapes. And one of these right there. Guessing those are fingers? I'll have to put a blaster in his hand. Definitely. Right, so over here, I want to turn it over this way and add a band on that. Like that. Again, the bands are so loose. Okay, I don't want to, I will get some bands to add to these because I just think they're too loose. Right. At this point, we're looking really, really good so far. Just didn't stay in right. Let's move on. So, that's one of the arms, guys. And that's this arm right here. Should be facing in, not out. So I'll just remove this and turn it over. Yeah, should be facing in, not out. That's incorrect arm. So it was correct, guys. And I changed it. Thumbs in. Thumbs in. You know, like laces in? Similar. Thumbs in. Okay, so that's coming along. If you can see that there, guys. You can see the hand. Everything together. So, guys, I want to thank everyone for jumping in the live. As I always say, we build on Wednesdays, Saturdays, always around the same time. And I want to thank everyone for coming on. This is BOBAbrickz, and may